And of course we've got over 50 experts in the field who are going to be presenting their latest research, cutting edge practice, all of us to learn and share and develop from. And then also to take back to our countries, and it's fantastic.
President Tom Schutte was actually scheduled to be here tonight and open the conference for us.
We are making our research resources bigger. We are looking at what everyone is doing and realizing that we have to come together, and in numbers, our strength will grow.
I was tasked with doing a bit of groundwork, saying, okay, what
and hopefully it'll just sort of make experiences a bit smoother for you.
A fabulous opportunity highlight the integration of art therapy approaches into psychotherapy, and because actually every kind of therapeutic process, whether it's explicitly involving the visual arts or other kinds of arts, is a creative process between two people. And so I think it's a tremendous thing that this gathering of people has come about to expand our understanding.
Well, it's just the beginning, so I'm still very curious to enter in the direct experience, because I find that what is very interesting of this conference that is based on contact, so that people can work together and try to develop ideas by meeting together. So it's just really the beginning, and I think it's a very good way of working on attachment theory, just trying to create some kind of personal or group relationship among participants.
Oh, well, it's to me, it's always a joy to have people from an international group. I think it's so important because it becomes a fertile container, you know, with so many ideas and cultures and backgrounds, all who have thought about the same, really the same practice.
And now I'm coming back to my roots, that in Pratt I had my teacher in dance therapy and art therapy, our teacher in Pratt Institute. So I came back here because, yes, there is something from here that is still connecting to my research, to my inquiry that I am bringing to the world and to myself.
It justifies art therapy as a transdiagnostic therapeutic modality. So it's a transdiagnostic intervention that creates trust between the individual and the social context that they live in, which actually benefits them very directly if they live in a relatively benign social context, in which case they will overcome their mistrust of that community and will learn and adjust and adapt in the way that they should in order to be healthy. So it's the generation of health as opposed to the simple addressing of illness that's at play, and that is primarily because of the development of trust in communication that occurs as a consequence of various forms of art therapy.
Ormai sei posseduta.
So it's very similar to the mother interaction, but we're creating now a shape which is developmentally much later. It has a form, it has a rhythmic structure, and it becomes interpersonal. So that suddenly the person might.
And then this is from my clinical group.
So this is my clinical supervision group. So I had them do the same process. This is, a lot of these people are child welfare workers. And one of the things
The exciting thing about these kinds of conferences is that we're creating knowledge together as art therapists, and we're starting to explore how does this concept apply to what we do, how can it change what we do, and how can we contribute to the concept.
It's been really, really rich, very almost overwhelming. You know, I feel quite filled up with lots of different ideas. And for me right now, it's really important how we take it forward, how we keep going with these ideas, and how we keep the connections that we're making now alive so that we can take our work a bit further. Yeah, it's been wonderful.
And therefore I would say that there is a parallel process maybe between how we experience our professions in this conference and what we hope our patients will be able to develop in the clinical setting, which is a increased and developed capacity to trust in the imagination and in curiosity and the possibility that there is a world out there.
A totally different culture can be living, and that culture is of course hybrid and constantly evolving, and culture is not a static concept ever. It's a concept that as I tried to show, is constantly reconstructing itself and criticizing itself and changing.
So they were talking about the difference between the art therapy, in the essence of it, compared with verbal therapies. Well, as such,
Well done, very brave volunteer. You okay?
Yeah. It's an opportunity to explore my borderline.
So we went, lovely, okay. So we went through it. Can you read that character description again?
Relationship patterns. The therapist gains an idea of the patient's problems. Patient and therapist are interpreting.
Understand what's going on.
So we have